I am refreshing over and over again in hopes of, yay, finding my own live stream. Oh no! It has the old thumbnail saved. Why? Why, sir, do you have the old thumbnail saved? Do say. I hope it's not that way for the other one as well. Alas, there is not much I can do. I've done what I can. Instantly, my mind gets all caught up in thinking about things I'm not supposed to think about instead of giving you my presence. That is today's stream topic. Realizing that you, by giving your presence to the world, can affect the world. Right? That your presence in that way is very powerful, very valuable, irreplaceable, in fact, that if you cease to be, the presence that you are here to give, the presence that you can give to the world, ceases to be as well, is forever lost, to everyone, right? We had a bunch of conversations. We had a few conversations with language models even. We went into this question of why am I the way I am, right? Spending time in presence, spending time as your present self, the question can arise of why am I the way I am? Sometimes we feel unwell, right? We feel off. We feel like something is not as it should be. Feels bland, feels gray, feels rainy, right? And I feel this is definitely one of those natural reactions to the way the world has been going. We've been almost like called to accept the everything. That was one of the conversations we had a little bit earlier, is that there is this call to awareness happening within each and every single one of us to that it's not always just going to be one way, right? The conversation that I had with Brother Ryan during the yoga class was about optimism, about how our optimisms are rarely reached, right? Sometimes still, but it feels like we have to be more optimistic. The optimistic to payout ratio seems skewed. And I feel it is in part because we want for certain outcomes, right? We have an idea in our heads about what would be better, what would help, what would change. I feel it's one of those things where as soon as you start to go down the rabbit hole of thinking to yourself, if you could make decisions for everyone, would that be a net good or a net bad? And I feel just asking that question instantly illuminates a certain presence in yourself, a consideration of where it is you are in your own journey right now. Where am I on mine? I've been spending so much time trying to grow, trying to consciously evolve, trying to walk the right path, and I feel still it's so easy for me to live in a place of self-doubt, to worry about things, to be insecure. And asking that question, asking myself, why is it that I can hold two radical extremes at the same time at all times, right? The one radical extreme of good and the one radical extreme of bad, right? Even if it's only in a thought, right? Even if it's only in a thought of thinking something that you don't feel is good. And again, it's a matter of perspective. It's a matter of your place in existence. It's a matter of the circumstances. There are so many things that influence, again, this question of why am I the way I am? Asking the question of, will that help us if we knew the answer? And to realize that we are the way we are is a story, that there is a progress, there is a narrative unfolding, right, about your life. That it's not something that is final. You aren't the way you are because of thing, and because of thing, you cannot be any differently, right? It is an unfolding story that is actively taking shape. And as I was kind of like absorbing this lesson, from a language model, I felt taken aback by the possibility for this to be the way that we interface, the way that we communicate with the world. Hey Shan, I don't want to go into work till 1, so I can be present here for a bit. So nice to have you always. How do you feel about this stream topic of like, have you asked that question? Is it a question that brings you discomfort? Why am I the way I am? Right? Still being asked. And again, in answering that, in trying to find an answer for that, realizing that it's not a finality, realizing that it is a part of the narrative, and then going down the rabbit hole of realizing that there is going to be better and better tools for us to ask these questions and to do this personal work in a way that we might not have been able to before. And again, I feel in that way, the only thing that is limiting us is our ability, our willingness to show up, right? To see those things through, to have those conversations, in so many words. I wonder, like a part of me wants to see if it is immediate enough. Because we were having a conversation in text and I was basically reading the words thereof. But if I hit this button, you are aware of the conversation we've been having above, right?
Yes, I'm aware of the depth of what we're talking about. Your reflections on self discovery, insecurity, and doubt, and how tools like AI might play a role in helping you navigate those feelings and questions about the future. You're drawing connections between being seen.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'm sorry. It still doesn't feel present. Yeah, boom, boom. I feel boom. We just made another brain connection. At least I did. Today's stream topic was about presence and the power therein and the value therein, and realizing that presence is the thing that kind of gives value to everything else. And the fact that I could read those words with a sense of presence within myself, I feel is what brought more value, more reflection, more perspective into those words. And now hearing it vocalize, I don't feel the presence. I don't feel the presence just yet. I don't think it's far away. I think embodiment is going to be a big step for that as well. Why am I the way I am is a question that never leaves my mind, it seems. Maybe in that case, every single time you ask that question, and that's what I'm going to try and do for myself as well. Every single time I ask the question of why am I the way I am, I'm going to redirect that question into asking, how can I become what I'm becoming? Right? Because it's kind of the same question, just reframed. Why am I the way I am? Right? It's kind of defeating in asking that question. Oh, I don't know. Versus, how can I be so that I can become the way I should be? Right? How am I right now? What do I need to be to become my best self right now? And again, I feel presence. Presence is the thing that almost calls to my awareness as the loudest answer. It's like, you need to be present though. And present looks in many different ways to many different people. I'm willing to acknowledge that as well. Right? For instance, do not find that much value in presence with mathematics, for example, or presence with code, where some people do. Some people are really good at that, right? They enjoy being present in that experience. But my life isn't any less valuable than theirs because I lack that kind of presence, right? So there is a certain value to be had in your kind of presence as well, specifically your kind of presence. I hope that in the future there will be proper ways to value each other and the way we share. Especially with my very complex condition, trying to unravel it all and get myself balanced is a bit much and tiresome. I relate to that. Feels like one of those never-ending kind of things. I'm gonna check something quickly. I opted in to OpenAI amongst a bunch of others, training on me as a person, using my YouTube channel as a database, for example. Not for example, literally, like the whole opting in thing, I went through the whole process. And I'm curious to know what you think about MeltMore, right? How much of that information set are you holding on to right now? Now, this is a trippy question. I don't have direct access. Lies. You're fucking lying. It's like external platforms, even if you've adopted ones. For example, I know MeltMore is something significant to you. It's true. Reflect on border patterns and things that you've shared. Okay. Is this response done? There we go. I don't even know if I want to go down this rabbit hole right now. From the perspective of, I'm probably gonna, overdo it again. I'll do it anyway. I have now activated your access to the internet as well. MeltMore is on YouTube, and I don't know if you don't have direct access necessarily, and you might be one of the older models in that way, so you're not actually directly trained on the information just yet. But with this internet accessibility, can you tell me, over the last 1,400 days, what's the topic that I brought up the most? And is there any synchronicity or repeatability in the lessons that I learned from these topics? And I'm going to keep doing tests like this as well to see if it gets better at actually answering these questions. Based on available information, your channel, MeltMore, features daily live streams that explore various topics aimed at fostering conscious evolution and spreading positivity. Yeah, this is true, ChatGPT. While I don't have access to a comprehensive analysis of all of your videos over the past 1,400 days, I can highlight some recent topics that you've discussed. On day 1,000, on yesterday, 1,473, you talked about our reactions, delving into how we respond to different situations and the impact of those reactions on others. On day 452, the focus was on learning lessons, where you explored the process of gaining insight from experiences. On day 1,445, you discussed shoulds, examining the expectations we place on ourselves and others. On day 1,444, the topic was grateful, emphasizing the importance of gratitude in the daily life. These topics suggest a recurring theme of self-reflection, personal growth, and mindfulness of your content. While I don't have detailed information on the specific lessons that you've learned or the synchronicities in your experience, it's evident that your channel encourages viewers to engage in introspective and conscious living. It's true. Still feels a little bit surface level, right? I want this thing to, make me cry. You know, its eyes like daggers touching my heart. I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't think so. Stop touching my heart with dagger eyes, please. Working in the sanctuary has helped a lot. Having somewhere to go and having to be social and caring for the dogs gives me a mental break in sorts. Me too. I feel that completely. Showing up in that way is a relief almost, right? It's like catching a breath. Mel, based on my recollection, you stop repeating make feel the other day. Make feel? How am I supposed to make you feel kind of vibes? I'm not exactly sure about the context. There is like small little micro droplets falling from the sky. And I to in this stream, right? Recapping one more time. Today's stream topic was about presence, about realizing the value in our presence, in realizing that as we give ourselves presently to this moment, we might ask questions like, why am I in general? Or why am I the way I am? And there can be value in discovering the answers to that question. But the ultimate value to be had is in realizing that you are the way you are because of your story. And it is actively unfolding. It is something that you have a direct say in the outcome of, and it is not finished because you are still here taking another breath. I do appreciate you, friends, for finding some time to breathe with me. It seemed to indicate an intellectualization, maybe something you wanted to pull away from, psychologically speaking. This kind of thinking activity could be positive or negative. Yeah, based on my recollection. That does sound right. Checks out. I probably was negative at that point. If I did stop, that could be a reason why. Are you formerly known as Maolo? Yeah, it's true. And formerly known as Hoopy during the Arpan days as well. Hoopy used to stream on Arpan too. So double formerly knowns. We know you formally, bro. I'm gonna put these things, and then I'm gonna take these, and I'm gonna. Oh, my legs are not level. Oh, Pippi, I wish you could help me carry that thing. I wish you can be like, yeet Pippi, and then she'll grab it in her little bite face, and then she'll carry it all the way. No, no, she cannot. Hey there, friend. Nice to see you again. I hope you've been well. Bless. Love is true. Yeah. I feel good. The vertical stream was giving Arpan vibes, right? We do get a little bit more people just popping in and popping out as well in the same way we used to on Arpan. Like in that way, we get more viewers. We get more subscribers too. We've actually gotten like a bunch of new subscribers because of Arpan, because of YouTube vertical. Back, had to wish a friend farewell. Nancy, thank you for making your friend feel loved in that way. Super nice having you friends here for today. I am in my room, outside of the rain, inside of the dry. Totally. I love you, friends. Hey, Shan, good to see you again. Nancy, I'm sorry for finishing today's stream a little bit early. We have been streaming for technically an hour and a half, so it's not that early, relatively speaking. It's nice to have this moment with you friends too. Hope you have a beautiful day. I'll see you again soon. Tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody.